Good Sunday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network and our live coverage of the MARS ScrubADub Car Wash and Oil Change Dirt Late Model Series Championship night tonight from the Knoxville Speedway. We got a couple of drivers that are still in the hunt to take home this title. They are both in attendance. 18 points separate first from second place in that title chase, and it's going to take an incredible amount of bad luck for the 11 car to give this championship up, but it is his to lose. He is being chased heavily by the driver that is atop of the speed chart tonight. Drives the 51 machine. Adam Vinny right there. Shane Yates is the guy sitting atop the point standings right now. Tough to beat is that driver in the 11 car, but Adam Vinny's been consistent. He has kept it very close all season long, and if everything works out in his favor, he can pick up his first championship here with the MARS bunch. Defending series champion Reed Rundle third. He's a distant third. There's a very slim, probably maybe a 5% chance that he could steal the title, but that means that everybody in front of him really just got to be bad tonight, and that just hasn't been the case all season long. So, clean driver award. I think Shane Yates is also the guy with the clean driver in his pocket at the moment. He is Adam Vinny second behind him, and then Garrett Boyd is a little ways behind that. So those top three still have a legitimate chance. I even think that Reed Rundle may have a shot, but the other two guys are just going to have super crashy nights tonight for that to happen. We're watching Tiny Dancer right here. Scott King. A few laps. There's old John Brunner. Pete Dillon's in the house in the 07 car. Tim Taylor there in the 99. That 50's Dan Tefelsky. Vinny's on track. So is Boyd. Some of these guys getting ready for the driver meeting about 3 minutes from our qualifying session. Couple of quick heats, and then we will move right into our championship feature tonight. Pretty good week of racing for you this week, folks. We're going to be here tonight. Tomorrow night is iffy. It's possibility, but it is not a high probability that tomorrow night we'll have DSR. They're going to do some hosting and recruitment races, and if anything going on, we may cover those. We may not. Just kind of depends on what time they do them and how your broadcaster feels at that time. Tuesday night, Short Track Showdown Series. That is the second to the last race for those guys of the season. Then Wednesday night, Chandler Grand Prix back in action. They will be at the Chili Bowl for round 6 of their qualifying races. Going to put 3 more guys into their big feature. Thursday night, as always, the SimRapMarket.com Mighty Midgets. They will be in race number 4, which is actually races number 7 and 8. And see if they can shut down Brandon Rogers, as he has swept again for the second time in 3 weeks, both features. See if they can slow him down just a little bit. Man has won 5 out of 6, so going to be tough to do. We were looking at some of the stats last Thursday night in that particular series, and there's a lot of drivers that are right near the 100 race starts mark for that. So that series has had a lot of longevity. That is a lot of fun. Well, we're getting down to almost time here to get going. Let's look through some messages real quick. Championship for the Dirt guys this week. Next Sunday night, season finale is the championship night for the Pavement drivers. They will be at the Milwaukee Mile. That much we know for sure. Here's your defending champ. He brings the 43 machine out just for a couple more laps here. He's second quick tonight, but just barely off the pace. actually, Reed is 50-some points, 57 points back. But with the drops, we always say anything's possible, just not highly likely. So I am fairly certain that we will be crowning a new champion in this series. On the dirt side, at least. Guys, don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know about your favorite driver out there. If you're on the Facebook, make sure you drop by the Dirt Racing Network's Facebook page. Like, share, and follow. Be one of the over 13,000. And if you're on YouTube, Twitch, or Trovo, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. You'll know every time we go live. Cody Terry in the house, and so is Scott King. Both of them over on Facebook. All right, qualifying time. For our late model drivers, we are just watching guys rolling. We know that Reed Runnell will be one of the last to go out. Tefelsky and Boyd rolling out. Now that a good looking machine right there. That 21 car of Garrett Boyd. He will hit the time clock first of all of our drivers. Shane Yates not too far behind. Yates wants to get out here and make a statement early. He can go quick time. He can look for the sweep of the evening though. First lap around for Boyd, and he is going to time in 19.26. Tefelsky right behind that, 19.45. And now Tim Taylor jumping to the top. The tool man up there at 19.14. Pete Dillon right on par with him. Adam Vinny's on track. He's on the clock, but he has not timed in yet. Shane Yates just went to the top. 18.83. Wow. So Yates, after Boyd picked it up, went 18.99. Yates went 18.83. Vinny getting himself around here on his first timed lap. Yates first lap at 18.83. Second lap slower, so Yates will hold serve atop our qualifying pylon. Adam Vinny timing in second quick at a 19.05. Almost a 19.06 on the stopwatch. This time around, a little closer to the inside, a little shorter way around. We'll see if he picks things up. Needed to pick up a quarter second. Adam Vinny slowed it down a quarter of a second. Didn't pick anything up. Now we'll look at Scott King. First time around, seventh quick, 19.25 for Scott King. Reed Runnell jumps to fourth quick on his first lap. Now make that his second lap. Second lap of 19.09, the lap of record. Scott King slowing things down just a touch, so he will stay right there in eighth. It looks like qualifying is over. Small field this evening to close out the season. Would have liked to have seen about a half a dozen more cars in here for this thing. Announcements coming up within the next, I would say 7 to 10 days from the MARS guys and also the DSRL drivers as they get ready to announce their next season, which will be a combined effort. But we're going to look at heat race number one. A starting lineup looks like this. It's going to be the 64 of Randy Brunner on pole, and he's going to have the tool man, Tim Taylor, in that 99 car on his outside. You'll see Adam Vinny, the 51, inside of row number 2, and his nemesis in the championship, the guy leading the points coming into tonight, the 11 car of Shane Yates on his outside. And then your back row for your first heat, the 46 of John Brunner. He got the inside line next to Dan Tefelsky in the 50 car on the outside. So 6 cars. Everybody's going to the feature. Top 2 are going to get into tonight's redraw. Get them around, show them the start line this time, and then next time around, we're going to cut them loose. 8 laps. Already got the Victory Vinnies in the house. All right, time to get going. Be a Randy Brunner getting things fired off down here in turn number 4. Pace truck going to get out of the way. Here the engine's starting to pick up. We're just waiting for that green flag.
Green flag, green flag.
We're underway, heat number 1. Championship night. ScrubADub Car Wash and Oil Change Centers late model series. Into 3 and 4 right now. Brunner's got to lead, but I think Taylor's going to have the run on the high side. Taylor will lead lap 1. There is Shane Yates right in the tire tracks of the 99. He'll pull alongside Brunner for second. He'll probably have the spot down here in 3 and 4. Adam Vinny in 4th right now. He's working the high side using the momentum line. Brunner's going to try to slam that 64 car in there. But the nose of the 51 was already alongside. Now Yates goes for the lead. Taylor fights back, crosses over late. I don't think that's going to be enough. It's going to be Shane Yates leading lap number 2. So Yates, quick qualifier, now leading his heat race. Taylor second. Vinny working around the high side. He takes 3rd away from Brunner. Then John Brunner in the 5th spot. Tefelsky is 6th. Get back to this battle up here. Not much of a battle now. It was shaping up to B1. Looked like Vinny was going to be able to get alongside Taylor. This is going to get very racy. I think they're going to have to use that whole warm-up session to try to widen this track out. It looks very heavy right now. 3 to go that time by Yates by 3/4 of a second. Taylor hanging on in second, but Vinny's closing. He's chomping off a few feet here, a few feet there. It's easy to get there. It's hard to get around him. 2 to go, no change in the running order, but it is tighter this time. Adam Vinny maybe going for that slider. Good line through the entry of 1 and 2. Does he have the momentum down the backstretch? It looks like Adam Vinny will move up to the 2nd spot. Timed the move and executed perfectly. He's the first car up at the top as Yates is running slider both ends. He is 1.3 seconds out in front. So Yates wins qualifying, and he's going to win his heat race as well. So he'll take this one. Lap 2 to lap 8. Pick up the win. Vinny 2nd, Taylor 3rd, Brunner 4 and 5, and Tefelsky rounding things out. So if we're going to get ready for Heat 2, our starting lineup will look like this. It's going to be Tiny Dancer, Scott King in the 18 car on the pole, and he'll have the 07 of Pete Dillon on his outside. Defending series champion, the 43 car, Reed Rundle. Row 2 to the inside, next to the 21 of Garrett Boyd, and on the back, 17 car of Dean Burnt. As you can see, pretty cool day here, 65 degrees, the humidity about 59%. Just a skosh over a half mile. We're near perfect over. Big, long, sweeping corners, fast, short straightaways. We'll get the green this time out of 4. Scott King will get things started. It's been very good, 18 car in this series for not being a late model driver. Waiting for the green flag, should come out any second, right about here.
Green, green, green.
We will start to hear the motors rev up, bring them up to speed as we run through 1 and 2. King going to slide to the outside, covers the line on Dillon. Looked like Rundle was going to try to stay low. He saw what was going on in the first heat. And he's trying to keep it down there on the bottom. It's just not good for momentum. You're going to have to get up there and build a little bit. Hope the guy on the top makes a mistake, or you're going to get a run like the 21 is getting here, coming off the top side, and you're going to have to make a move with a slider. Boyd down to the bottom, got right alongside Rundle. There's just not enough momentum. And these low horsepower cars just do not have the giddy up to get out of the corner and make a pass up off the bottom until the track gets very slick and you can really work the throttle. So right now, Scott King, 0.6 of a second out in front of Pete Dillon. Rundle behind that, Boyd behind that, and Dean Burnt. He is about 25 car lengths in back of that 4th place car. We're going to get a battle for second here, it looks like. I thought Rundle had his shot, and it looks like he got the car a little wide, had to check it up so he could keep it off the fence. Coming out of 2. This time puts the left front up on the berm again. Did the same thing last lap. Same result. He's there and then he's not. Pete Dillon hanging tough in second. Running that slider line. He must have been watching what Yates was doing in the first heat, because he is running that exact same line. Takes it in low, now moves it out wide, builds the momentum right there. This time, Rundle may get there. He can keep it square and straight and get drive off the bottom, but he can't do that. As we're coming around to the white flag, King 1 second out in front. It's a runaway for Tiny Dancer. He's got his tippy toes working like crazy tonight. It was a little tutu behind the wheel there. He takes him into 3 and 4 for the final time, and he'll win this final heat race of the season. Scott King's going to pick that up. Pete Dillon's going to hang on for second. Rundle, Boyd, and Burnt in that order. Tim, I don't know. I think we're going to do the UMP modified on an alternating week with Rundle's pavement late model deal, and then every Monday night we're going to do a big block race following that. So more details are going to come out here in the next, I would say, week about all that, and it'll be on both the Mars page and the Dirt Slingers page. So it's going to be a great series. If we can get everything worked out, we're going to have some cool prizes all the way across the board. All right, we're going to give these guys the warm-up, and while we do the warm-up, we're going to do this. We're going to make a surprise interview out of old Tiny Dancer. The poor man's Elton John. He got his tippy toes working like crazy. The tutu in there behind the wheel, and he picks up the win in Heat 2. Scott King, man, took all season, but you got that heat race win. Scott must have been so excited that he had to go to the little boys' room. Where are you, Scotty? Yeah, maybe he's on daddy duty. I don't know. We'll find out. Just watching the warm-up session here. Scott King is on the train. You know what? We had him. Scott King, you got a copy. I bet it's a push to talk button.
You hear me?
I got you now, buddy. Hey, man, took a while, but the heat race win coming in here to close things out. You think you can hang on and maybe close the season with a win?
I don't know. I was, I watched, got to give it out to Shane Yates on that first one. I was in his cockpit trying to watch and see what he was doing there. I did my best to do what he did, and that slider line on both ends looked pretty good. And I was able to clear Pete, and I just tried to hit that line every time. And man, my heart was beating there. I was nervous.
Well, there was a good battle going on behind you, and I know you couldn't see that, but you got Pete and Rundle going at each other pretty good back there. You got to deal with the 11 car now up here, and you guys are going to get inverted, so you're going to have to try to get out in front of that dude and try to get to the front of this thing, pass a few cars early. You think you can manage that with the way the track's kind of shaping up here?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's 50 laps, and last time we had a long run, I think I burned my right rear off. So, yeah, I'll try my best. Hopefully we'll get a good finish, and maybe we'll get to talk to you at the end of this thing.
All right, man. Well, you got a bunch of people cheering for you in the fan chat right now, so get out there, put on a show, and maybe we'll see you on the podium in about, 50 laps.
All right, appreciate it, Roger. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in, and I'll do my best to put on a good show.
Scotty King right there on the screen for you guys. I see Bill's in the chat here. Looks like Yates is going to be the quickest. Vinny, second quickest in this pre-50 lap feature. Warm-up session. Next week's feature, I think, is no heat races. They're going to qualify into 100 laps at the Milwaukee Mile to close things out for those pavement guys. So, should be a fun one. Yeah, now Cody, you won't have to worry. We ain't gonna do no street stocks. You can pretty much bank on that. You know, I want to change the name on that. I want to change that to the Lumber Dude Jack Wagon. There's little Shane Yates and Adam Vinny's already in the infield, getting a last-second adjustment before they come out for this feature. He's going to probably start in front of Yates, so we'll see. It's a big gap. It's 18 points, and I think if Yates just finishes, I think he's okay. I'd like for it to be, 3 or 4 points and make it super exciting as we get down to it, because I know those two guys are going to be pretty close to each other out here on the track, so we'll see how it goes. Let's get ready. Lineup time. I think you're going to see this front row move a couple of rows back here. But let's start back here with the back. It's going to be Dan Tefelsky tagging the back. Our fifth row will be Dean Burnt, the 17 on the outside, John Brunner in the 46 on the inside. This is where it's going to get weird. I'm not sure if they're going to leave Brunner and Boyd up front, or if it's going to be Rundle and Taylor going to the front row and Brunner and Boyd going back to row number 4, which will move all those rows forward. So once they roll out, we're going to check it and see. It's normally an 8-car invert. But when you don't have that in your heat races, it looks like it's going to be Dylan and Vinny headed for the front row. And then you're going to have King and Yates, Boyd and Brunner, Rundle and Taylor, and then Brunner and Burnt with Tefelsky tag in the back. So They only moved him back 2 rows. Split things up just a little bit. So with an 18-point gap going into this 50-lap feature. I think that would mean that Yates would have to have catastrophic issues and not finish the race, and Adam Vinny's going to have to win it to secure the championship. But 50 laps before we decide it. Pace truck's out of the way. Green flag coming out right about here.
Green, green, green.
And we are underway for the season finale. The ScrubADub Car Wash and Oil Change Center, the late model series on the dirt. And a good start for Pete Dillon as he'll take those guys down into 3 and 4. He's got the lead. Vinny second, King third, Yates is fourth, and then Randy Brunner slid into fifth. It's a battle behind that because Boyd has Taylor on the high side and Rundle tucked in behind. Rundle just looking for the opening. He's going to try to sneak by these guys right here. We're staying single file at the front. I think Scott King may be considering a move on Adam Vinny as he keeps working lower and lower and lower. Sliding out right behind. Keep him in the 3rd spot. Gap starting to open up. Half a dozen car lengths right now between first and second. This time Vinny closes it down. He got it down to 3/10 real quick. Good line from him. Yates is still in the 4th spot. Randy Brunner, Tim Taylor, Reed Rundle, Garrett Boyd. Boyd slid back a couple of spots there. Now you got Dean Burnt working on the high side trying to get around John Brunner, and he'll take the spot away. Felski tagging onto the back. Everybody still in touch with one another. We'll go back to the front. Dillon off the front row, took the lead. He's held on to it ever since. Shane Yates hanging on in 4th. The battle shaping up for 5th. Taylor trying to make a move on Randy Brunner. Brunner protected the inside, slid to the fluff. That opened the door. Taylor's alongside. Will he use the slider in 3 and 4? He goes right to the bottom. I don't think there's enough momentum to clear it all the way out. Brunner will have a run down the front stretch and he'll get the spot back. Now Taylor's got an opportunity. If he brings it up and closes the door right here, can take the spot away, move him to 5th. Brunner's going to have to go back after it the hard way, and here comes Rundle. They're going to go 3 wide. Rundle brushed the berm, lost some momentum. Battle's going to be at the front now. Vinny around the high side for the lead. Adam Vinny to the point early in this one. I thought it was going to go 3 wide, and maybe Scott King was going to have a shot at Pete Dillon as well. Just didn't work out that way. So Adam Vinny around the top side now has the point. Dillon tried to get back to him and he almost got there. Almost contact between the front 2, and now Scott King right up under the back end of the 07. Dillon now going to stay on the high side. Sees where the momentum is. Yates is still back here in the 4th spot. He's got company. It's Tim Taylor. Got around Brunner and now he's reeling in. Points leader here. Here comes Reed Rundle looking to the inside of Randy Brunner. Those 2 almost contact. We're a quarter of the way through. Good battle going on for 4th now as Taylor has pulled alongside. Just not enough momentum to get that slider line to work. He got it to work on Brunner. Shane Yates, a different driver. Now Rundle going to go after Brunner. Brunner up in the fluff, but I don't think he lost enough momentum. This time Rundle across the nose. Brunner's going to have to yield the spot, and both drivers bump the fence. So move a Rundle to the 6th spot. Battle for the lead again that time. Dylan got there. Car got a little wonky, and he had to catch it. He was fully alongside. About to be a third of the way through this already. Dylan hanging on right in front of King. Taylor now works to the inside on Yates. It's going to take some doing to get around on that line. Too much momentum out of 4. Here comes Rundle. Rundle goes for the slider line, now keeps it pinned in on the bottom. Closes the gap, loses some distance down the backstretch. That exit line so important with these cars. Momentum, huge key. We're going to see Garrett Boyd going after Randy Brunner here just momentarily. We're trying to stay in the top 5 here. Adam Vinny's got 0.4 of a second over Dylan. Dylan's got 0.4 of a second over King, and now Yates is starting to reel in King, and Tim Taylor with a big blink right there, but he comes back pretty quickly. Adam Vinny took the lead a handful of laps into this thing. He has built 0.4 of a second as we're inching in on the halfway mark. .21 in the books. Battle back here. Rundle going for 5th. He was alongside. Can he finish the slider? Get all the way up there. He cannot. Taylor right back alongside. I don't know if Rundle's going to be able to clear him and lock the door here, and he cannot. So good battle back here. 5th and 6th. This time Rundle across the nose. Taylor yields the spot. Had to. A little bit of contact, and he had to keep the car up underneath him. That's Shane Yates now going after Scott King. That is a hard road to hoe right there. Trying to run the middle and the bottom. Those guys on top just have so much exit speed. You can see how King just oozes away slowly down the backstretch. Now Yates going to go for the slider. He's going to come all the way across. He's going to have, oh, I thought he was going to shut the door and make King have to choose the tiny sliver. And if King lifts, Rundle's going to have him as well, as King goes back after Yates. King up the hill, didn't quite shut the door. Good battle for 3rd. Now Yates keeps it wound up on the top. That should clear him. It's close. Rundle behind, trying to figure out where King is going to get into trouble here and where he can take advantage. So he would like to get up here and go after Yates himself. Yates now closing in on Dylan. Vinny over a half second ahead. Here comes Rundle after King, and Rundle didn't quite get the door shut. Inside the halfway point. Coming around, it's going to be 22 laps to go as Yates went for the slider. Pete Dillon was able to cross him over. Will he go short slider here in 3 and 4? He does not. That's going to leave the door open. And Yates is going to take over second. So the 2 points leaders. 1-2 on the track now. Just over half a second between Adam Vinny and Shane Yates. Is once again Rundle trying to go after King. Down the backstretch, plenty of room between the race, and now Rundle may have just enough room to shut the door. Does he get up there and get it done? Yeah, at the last second. He's going after Pete Dillon already. Dillon able to hang on but move Rundle to fourth. Now we'll see how the gap closes at the front. They're 1-2 in the points. They run 1-2 on the track, but Yates wants it to be in the order it is in the point standing. Slide job from Shane Yates, and he doesn't get the door shut. After it again in 1-2, this time way out in front. Does Vinny have enough of a run to make it a return visit down here in 3 and 4? Takes it in up the hill. He didn't get it there. You're going to have a new leader with 17 to go. Shane Yates now to the point, and they run like they sit in your point standings, the top 3 as Rundle gets around Dillon. This all about a second behind your leader. Scott King still in the top 5, and here comes Tim Taylor. Top 2 have broken away by about 6 or 7 tenths now. Yates goes back to that slider line that he ran in the heat race. He's looking to sweep the night qualifying heat race and the feature win to cap off a victory lane, seal the points. Adam Vinny had a big problem down to 1 and 2. He lost to half a second. And he now is in jeopardy of Reed Rundle putting some pressure on him. Last time around in 1 and 2, and I think he just jumped into the fluff and really had to grab the car back. But now he's 1.2 seconds behind Yates. Getting close to the 10 to go mark. Rundle. Is he going to go for the slide job? Not that time, but he's closer and closer and closer. Vinny trying to keep it just below the fluff right here. This should be a good run down the front stretch. He cannot shake the 43 car. Yates almost 2 seconds. He's 1.7 seconds in front of this battle. Second and third. This time Rundle bumps the cushion, gets the car to turn. He's ahead at the line. Vinny not giving it up just yet. He's trying to fight back. I think this time Rundle probably shut the door up the backstretch, and he goes all the way to the fence. So Rundle gets around Adam Vinny as well. We're coming around to 10 to go. Pete Dillon is still in the 4th spot. Scott King. Now Garrett Boyd has gotten around Tim Taylor. Randy Brunner in 8th. Dean Byrne in 9th. Topelski is 10th. And John Brunner took the 46 car to the infield early. So 10 cars still on the track. He came into the night with an 18-point lead. He enjoys a 2.4 second lead on the track. 3rd place in the points, Reed Rundle runs second. And 2nd place in the points, Adam Vinny runs in 3rd. And Shane Yates. I usually say it early, but with this group of guys, it's hard to say that. When he shows up, a lot of times you're racing for second. And here tonight at Knoxville, he has got the 11 car pretty much mistake-free. Late race charge here out of the 21 cars. He gets around King. Now working on Dillon. He's gone to the bottom and he's found something down there. alongside Pete Dillon down the backstretch. This is a battle for fourth. Too little, too late for the driver of the 21 car. He may not have a chance to get on the podium. But he's going to take away the fourth spot right there from Pete Dillon. Now trying to close in on third place, Adam Vinny, and knock him off of a season-closing podium. He's got plenty of time to do it, 5 laps, and he just needs about 0.4 of a second. Yates, gone. 2.9, making almost 3 seconds in front of Rundle. And now Vinny, as he enjoys 0.4 of a second with 4 laps to go, in third over. A late race charge by driver in the 21, Garrett Boyd. Boyd finding something on the bottom of 1 and 2. Just not quite enough there, but he does close it down now. It's about 0.3. Make it a 1/4 second. Now it opens back up to about 0.3. He's making everything up right there on that entry and through the center of 1 and 2. Now he's alongside. Can he finish on the podium? Can he get Adam Vinny off the podium in the final race? Almost there this time. 2 to go. Shane Yates, 3.5 seconds out in front. Now the battle for third. Not quite as much of a battle as it was. This time Boyd, a car length ahead, getting into 3 and 4. White flag coming out on the front stretch. There goes your leader. There goes second place and a new third place car at the line. That's the 21 of Garrett Boyd. But it is a Shane Yates kind of night. He wins qualifying. He wins his heat race. He was the points leader coming in, and he is going to cap it off with a victory lap and win the season finale at Knoxville. Rundle will come home second. And Garrett Boyd in third. Adam Vinny is fourth, and Pete Dillon in the 5th spot. So we'll talk to our top 3 drivers as they'll bring them around here on the front stretch. I think that is Mr. Yates. Mr. Rundle. We will wait for Mr. Boyd to make his way down to us. And he does exactly that. So, a late race charge and a 50-lap feature, and he comes home on the podium. Still trying to position the car for a great Kramer shot, and he probably needs to stop about right there. Perfect. Garrett Boyd, a little too much race gone by for you to get up there and battle with those guys up front.
Yeah, the track wasn't there at the beginning to really race anybody. It was just kind of follow until the track kind of went away, and the bottom came in surprisingly well towards the end.
Yeah, we were seeing you make a lot of time, especially in 1 and 2, and it was kind of an equal deal, looked like, in 3 and 4. When did you figure out the bottom was there?
About halfway when I got around Randy, I just kind of started playing around with it, and I noticed I was gaining about 2 or 3 tenths on the relative. And 1 and 2, but like you said, 3 and 4 was pretty even.
Well, a way to close out the season here, 50 laps, and that's usually not the length of these races, but at a big track like this, is it easy to lose your concentration?
Most definitely, yeah. Especially when you're kind of spread out and don't really have anybody to race with. If you're just running by yourself, it's easy to let your mind wander and start thinking about other things.
Well, an awesome run nonetheless, man. You finish it up on the podium. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you get out of here tonight.
I got to shout out my girlfriend, mom, Sim Magic Sim Shop, you for putting this on, Reed for doing the league, and then all the people that actually showed up for the league. This has been fun racing with every single person that shows up week in and week out. And then I don't remember the sponsors for the league, but thank you guys.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us, and we'll be sure to pass that along to the ScrubADub Oil Change and Car Wash Center for you.
Thank you.
All right, Garrett Boyd finishing in third tonight. And now, He was the defending series champion. He's going to have to give that crown to another driver. He finished right behind him this season. Well, I say right behind. 3.5 seconds is not right behind, but he did finish behind him tonight. He pulls up to the second step of the podium. Reed Rundle, season finale, and a pretty good season it was.
Yeah, overall, like I was just talking with Shane, it's, I've said it how many weeks in a row, it's a little disappointing to only see so many, so few cars out there. But, if we can put on a good show and race clean like we did tonight and have some great race, I mean, there's some great battles there. I know coming from 7th to work up through there was, not exactly easy for sure.
Yeah, and it looked like, the track changed quite a bit. We saw you move the 43 car around. We know you like to run the bottom. Bottom just wasn't there the first half of this race.
No, it wasn't, and I was trying to catch the middle and see if we could, get a little bit of a gain, and then obviously the slider line came in at one point, and it was interesting. I mean, like you said, I was able to move around and get some grip and get some runoff and get the slider line to work a little bit and be able to get past a few guys, but everybody ran so nice and clean and you kept your line and stuff like that.
Yeah, it looked like with the group that you have, it's a very respectful bunch of guys. What are you thinking for next season, as far as the alternating schedule and how you're going to attract some more of the guys to get into the dirt stuff?
Well, first of all, obviously coming, kind of trading off with you guys in DSRL is going to be huge. You guys have got a core group of guys over there. We bring a few guys over, that run both series, and we'll see what happens. I mean, at this point, we're still looking like it should go with the pavement street stock, every other week, and then your DSRL stuff. And I don't know if you guys decided yet on the UMP or the big block. So we're looking forward to it. I mean, summer's always hit and miss, but if we could pull 16 to 20 cars, it'd be great.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for, man. Well, an awesome season. You're going to finish third in the points this particular season. You're going to have to hand the title over to that guy sitting next to you there. A little bittersweet that you weren't battling for it at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you want to say it always is a little bittersweet when you come off a championship season, but we're going to finish third in the points. I'll take it, especially against guys like Shane and Adam. Adam ran great all year. Obviously, Shane, I think, what do you have, 4 or 5 wins? So it's going to be hard to beat guys that stay consistent like that. You can only maybe hope for I hate to say bad luck, but hate to see them have bad luck. But if you get a little good luck, they get a little bad luck in 1 or 2 weeks, and it can change around pretty easy. But Shane was in a class of his own as usual. I mean, he's always fast no matter what we've run. He's been with us for several years, and it's always nice having that quality of driver with us on a regular basis. So I'll take third, and we'll lick our wounds, we'll clean it up, and we'll see what we can do next season. Coming over by you guys is going to be a whole another ball game. I'll be lucky to get a top 10 over there.
All right, man. Well, I know you got plenty of shout-outs and thank yous, especially as the league owner here, so we're going to let you get to that before we let you get out of here.
Yeah, absolutely. ScrubADub Car Wash is, I can't say enough, with Peter Brees helping us out with that. He works with them or works for them, and he's been real instrumental in helping us keep that sponsorship. And the guys over at ScrubADub, it's been greatly appreciated that they've been with us for I guess 7 or 8 seasons, 9 seasons now. Well, Bam came on a couple seasons ago with the Clean Driver Award. Great to have them aboard. Hopefully we'll see them back, and it's kind of fitting to have a detail company sponsoring the Clean Driver Award. Beard Wisconsin on the car, they took care of our Pavement Series sponsorship, and we put them on the car as a thank you that way. And then Bravo Trailers, 5 Star Bodies, Trading Paints, obviously with BAM, ScrubADub, that kind of stuff too on the car. And Little Caesar's still hanging around. You might see them a little bit more prominent again next season. Shout out to my dad down in Florida. He's back home recouping, so hopefully I'll get a chance to watch this. Shout out to my wife upstairs. And Roger, I greatly appreciate the Dirt Racing Network and what you've done for us and help keep us looking good and announcing. You do a great job, and we do appreciate it.
All right, man. Well, thank you for everything. I'm looking forward to working with you for the summer, and we'll get together and get over some of that stuff so we can get some things posted. But congrats on a great season. Third in the points, like you said, with this bunch of guys, that's nothing to hang your head about. So we'll let you get out of here, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week to close out the pavement series.
Yes, you will. And that one we're leading in, so we'll hope for a better one there.
All right, thanks, Reed. Reed Rundle finishing second tonight, third in the points overall, and now we're going to move on. He absolutely put a stamp at Knoxville. He comes in, he goes quick in qualifying. He goes fourth to first in his heat race, and he went, sixth or fourth to first in the feature. And basically a victory lap, but he sure did put it down like it was there was something to prove. Shane Yates, he just took it all the way tonight.
Yeah, I had to put a show on.
Well, you did that, man. You ran fourth there for the longest time, and I was trying to determine, are you just sitting back there trying to save a little bit of that right rear, or was there just really not much going on with the track that would give you some kind of place you could find an advantage?
I was saving tires. I had it planned to save tires to lap 20, but there really wasn't nothing on the bottom at the beginning anyway, so I wasn't going to push the issue knowing we had 50 laps. You know, if we'd had 30 laps like our usual, I'd probably pushed it, a little bit. But I don't think there was hardly nothing at the bottom there. Even when I was throwing the sliders, I really don't think it was there. I was just throwing them super hard to make my car, get there where I needed it to get. And sometimes it, I think maybe once it might have been close. I'm really not sure. I ain't went back and watched it yet. But one of them felt pretty close, and I didn't know if there was going to be a caution, so I was like, I can't save too much. These guys get gone, I'll never catch them. So, I was still there, but I was still trying to save just a little bit.
Well, an awesome run nonetheless, man, and you came in leading, and we knew you pretty much had to have a catastrophic night for that not to end up with the championship. But what does it mean to get that championship? And you had to wrestle it away from Reed Rundle this season.
Yeah, the first 3 races, I don't think I was doing too good. Reed was on top of his game. I think Adam was too. The first 3 or 4 races, I got in a few incidents there, set me back, and I was like, man, I don't know. They might, it's going to be hard to beat them because they're consistent guys too. They're pretty consistent. A lot of these guys is consistent in here, so it's hard to beat anybody really. So, just being consistent and try to stay away from all the wrecks is the biggest thing in my opinion.
Well, an awesome season, man. Like I said, you took your victory lap and put a heck of a stamp on it tonight. You pick up the championship. Give us some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we're going to let you celebrate with a whole bunch of people, I think.
Yeah, I think my teammate, TNT, Tim Taylor, he was in here racing with me. He's one of my teammates. Appreciate all the stuff that, he helps me with and stuff like that. I want to thank Reed for putting the league on and you for broadcasting it. I want to thank ScrubADub for sponsoring us. And I'm trying to think of the other one. I think it's Wabam. Or that might be ScrubADub, Wabam. I ain't the same one.
ScrubADub and Wabam does the Clean Driver Award.
Okay,
I think you won that too, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I was chasing. I ain't won it, and I've been racing in the league for about 2 years, somewhere around there, 2 or 3 years, and I ain't won it. So I was really wanting that, and I was like, man, if I can just get up front and stay away from the wrecks, I can get it. So I like that.
All right, man. Well, you pick up all the hardware. Like I said, big victory lap for you here tonight. Congratulations on an awesome season. I am looking forward to what you're going to do with us next season over there with DSRL and MARS combining and running this alternating week deal. So I'm excited to see you come back and do something there, buddy.
Yeah, there's some tough guys over there too, man. It's if you get a win against any of these group of guys, and DSRL or Mars, you're doing good. So I'll try it. I'll try to pull it off, see what we can do.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on an awesome season, and I will look forward to seeing you very, very soon back in action here.
All right. Take it easy, bub.
Shane Yates, your series champion and the sweeper for the night at Knoxville. Man, he did a fantastic job all evening. He really did a great job all season. Started off with things a little bit not Shane Yates-like. Turned it around about race number 3 or 4, and it has kind of been lights out ever since. So congrats to him and that team for picking up the championship. Congrats to everybody that made it a point to be here for this series. You heard Reed say he was disappointed with the car counts going down. Hopefully that'll be a non-issue next season for these guys. So we'll look at our results. Yates, Rundle, Boyd, 1, 2, 3. Adam Vinny finishing second in the points, runs 4th tonight after leading about the first half of this thing. I think he led about the first 30 laps. And he falls all the way back to 4th. Pete Dillon was 5th. Scott King with a good run. Won his heat race and then comes home 6th in the feature. Tim Taylor in 7th, Randy Brunner in 8th, Dean Burt 9th, Dan Tefelsky 10th, and John Brunner with early issues, and he took the 46 car off the track pretty quickly. So, ScrubADub Car Wash and Oil Change Centers, late model season in the books. We'll see where they are next season, because they have been with this MARS group for quite a while. We'll see where they put their stamp next season. The Beards Constant guys always on the pavement side, so we'll see where all that works out when these two series get together. We'll see who does what with whom. But it has been an awesome season. The Dirt guys have done a great job. We're looking forward to that 100-lapper next week at Milwaukee to close their entire season out and finish up the pavement side. Don't know if we're going to have a show for sure tomorrow night. If we do, it'll be unannounced and it'll just go live. We hope to see you here. If you have liked, shared, followed, and subscribed in all the right places, you'll know if we do go live. Otherwise, we'll see you on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights this week for Short Track Showdown Series, Chandler Grand Prix, and SimRapMarket.com Mighty Midgets. Till we see you guys the next time. Peace and